Hello everyone, I'm back again to do another audio. So today I'm going to be talking about Venus in Pisces, the lover, the dreamer, the one that is a hopeless romantic, the unconditional lover, the one that loves with no conditions. So let's get into it. So this is about anyone, or for anyone that is interested in anyone that has this placement, whether it's a family member, a friend, a relationship. Of course, this will play out differently in your chart, as usually in a woman's chart, your Venus placement often shows the love that you give and what you also receive, whereas in a male's chart, it's often the people you attract. It's often the people that you unconsciously attract into your life. So you will attract people that give off that Neptune energy. They could be a Pisces individual, or they could be someone that simply embodies a lot of Neptune energy. Okay, so someone has heavy Neptune in their chart, or 12th house placements in their chart, or just simply a Pisces. But anyway, so when you come across an individual that has their Venus in Pisces, these are the people, the high priestess of the world. These individuals know so much, but yet they keep so much to themselves. They can be very introverted. Venus in Pisces individuals can be very introverted, but also at times they can be extroverted. So I would call these people the ambiverts, because they can be both, but most of the time these individuals are people that are introverted, because the Venus in Pisces is the 12th house, and the 12th house is hidden, it's unseen, it's foreign lands, it's the higher realms, it's the ethers, it's the 5D, it's the things we can't see with our bare eyes, but yet we can feel them. But also, I may add that Venus and Pisces individuals are very intuitive, very psychic, they're very in tune. But it also depends on where they are in life, because if Venus and Pisces, depending on where they've been brought up and how they've been brought up and the environment that they've been in, this could be an individual that lacks boundaries, because the 12th house, there's no limits, which means often these people may feel naked, vulnerable. It's as though people just overstep boundaries when it comes to these people, because these people are soft, they're sensitive, and they feel deeply. But I also want to mention that Pisces individuals, they withhold all the 12 zodiac signs within themselves. So you may feel like this individual is a bit all over the place. You may feel like one day they're an Aries, the next day they're Taurus, the next day they're a Scorpio. You know, you just never know what you're going to get with these people, because this is Venus in Pisces. But Venus is the planet of love, and Venus's natural home is Taurus and Libra. But when it's in Pisces, Venus gets to breathe, Venus gets to indulge, Venus gets to have it all, because there's no limits. They can fantasize, they can dream, they can get lost. They can merge, they can shapeshift. Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means it loves being in Pisces, because Pisces in itself is a very selfless... sorry, I lost my thought. Pisces individuals, sorry guys, stay with me. Pisces individuals are very selfless. So when Venus is in Pisces, these are the people that will take the bullet for you. These are the people that will go, you know, if they had a family member, for example, that needed a heart or a lung transplant, they'll be like, you know what? I'll do it. I will give you my heart. Very selfless. And this is why Venus in Pisces individuals need to be careful, because you can literally be taken to jail on a spiritual level where you have people that literally energetically just drain you. I mean, literally rape you of your energy, because you give off this high vibration. But you know what? Before I get into all the good stuff, let's get into the ugly first. So Venus in Pisces individuals, I want to talk about their childhood a bit. These are the people that you often saw playing by themselves, role playing, you know, playing with leaves, I don't know, sticks, rocks, out in the park, you know, in their own world, you know, just playing by themselves. Because to you may see a child that's just, you know, oh, what is this child doing? You know, running around, grabbing this, grabbing that, jumping off the swings, jumping off the slide, jumping off the bench. But this individual, this Venus and Pisces individual, in their mind, they are in a jungle. In their mind, they are fighting tigers, dragons, lions, slaying them all. They have a big, this is Neptune, they have a big imagination, and it's in Venus. It's go hard or go home. It's go hard. It's go hard or go home with this, with Venus and Pisces, okay? Now, they often would have been moody, because they sponge everything around them. They tend to take on people's emotions, you know, their moods, and often they can't understand it themselves, you know. So depending on what parent they had, this may have made the Venus in Pisces either accept their sensitivity or withhold it, you know, protect it and put on a hard exterior, especially for a boy, you know, because often in this society, you know, boys are told to be tough, not to cry, not to show their emotions. And depending on who the father figure was, or the mother figure, or whoever it was that had a huge influence over them, that could have a big effect. It could be quite detrimental, you know. And to which, in that case, the lower octave, you know, the lower vibration of Venus in Pisces, that these people often, you know, become bullied. They'll be bullied often. They'll be picked on, you know, Venus in Pisces. And as time goes on, they withhold, they repress their emotions. And this is when they begin to indulge, you know, especially if they're around the wrong crowd. And even then, all it takes for Venus and Pisces is not in a good place already. If they start indulging in drugs, they then escape reality, because it's Neptune. You know, all these people will hide out. They'll stay in their home, play games, watch movies all day, because that's a form of escaping. It's the 12th house, because you're now in another realm, because you're watching something. You're somewhere else, and you're playing games. You're somewhere else. You're in that fantasy. You're in that world. So that's what can happen sometimes with these individuals if they've been abused as well, emotionally, physically. They can grow up often experiencing, at times, mental health disorders, severe depression, anxiety, because this is Pisces and this is Venus, okay? So it's exalted. So the worst attributes of Venus and Pisces, they will be, what's that word I'm looking for? It's not coming to me, but I feel like if you know, then you'll know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, but yeah. But then going into, teenage, adolescence, if these people are around the wrong crowd, they can become those people, So if they're around people that start shoplifting, for example, they may start picking up these habits, because Venus and Pisces individuals, they tend to sponge those that are around them. And again, Venus and Pisces, they love hard. So often the people they surround themselves with, they want to please them, because Pisces individuals, sometimes they can be people pleasers because they don't want to say no, because they don't want to hurt no one's feelings, because they know how it feels to have their feelings hurt. And most importantly, because they're sensitive individuals, these people, they can feel that you're hurt. And whilst you may be annoyed of them at times, they will know when you're sad and when you're happy, They may ask you, how are you doing? Like, are you all right? And you could go, yeah, I'm fine. But they'll know from the pure vibration of your tone, they'll know that you're not okay and that you're not all right. And often, these are the kind of people that you'll find just being in your company, that companion. That's Venus and Pisces. They're the kind of people that will sit with you in the room. They won't say anything to you, but they'll be there with you, consoling you on an intuitive level. You can be sad, because you most likely will invite that Venus and Pisces person around, because their energy is healing, it's soothing. They just exude this Empress, High Priestess energy. And often these individuals, they're very spiritual, they're always on a journey. They often feel out of place, like they're not from this planet with these people. They feel like they've been dumped somewhere they're not familiar to, because these people, reality hurts. These Venus and Pisces individuals, they don't like injustice. Some of these are the kind of people that they can't watch the news and they can't watch gruesome things at times because it hurts them, whether it's real or it's not real. These are the kind of people that, they can watch movies, soaps, and they'll start crying because they can put themselves in people's shoes, they can do that. These are the kind of people that if they're out in the world and they see homeless people, they're going to contribute, they're going to help. These are the people that donate to charities. These are the people that will volunteer and help you. But this is where they need to be careful, because people will see that and take advantage. And often I find that people that try to take advantage of these people often experience a rude awakening where they think they know the Venus and Pisces. But like I said, Venus and Pisces, they withhold the 12 zodiac signs. So depending where they are in life, because if they're going through a harsh period in life, they may not have the energy to even acknowledge you or to address you. They may simply just swim away. They'll just swim away, block you, remove you, avoid you, neglect you, abandon you, whatever. Because Pisces are like that. Sometimes they don't want to be confrontational. Sometimes Venus and Pisces individuals, they'll just go, you know what, I'm not going to bother, waste my energy on this. I am just going to bow out gracefully, because they have a higher wisdom. Again, 12th house. Now, in regards to love, unfortunately, these people, one of the biggest lessons for these individuals is self-love. It's self-love. It's self-acceptance. It's knowing when to say enough is enough, because these are the kind of people that don't know when to stop giving. A narcissist will have a field day with these individuals if they do not see the value of themselves. And often they can be in relationships where it can become quite manipulative, they can be lovesick, that hopeless romantic, having their partner on a pedestal, thinking, oh, this is the one for me. And often Venus and Pisces are the kind of individuals to fall in love with the potential of the person that they're dating. Like, say, for example, say they were dating a drug dealer, for example, and this person was completely rough around the edges. They had bad, behavioral patterns, selfish, stuff like that. Venus and Pisces is going to come along and go, oh, the bad boy, good girl, this is it, okay? And they go, oh, I can help him. I can fix him. I can clean him up and make him beautiful. But no, only the person can do that. Only the person that needs to change can make that change. Yes, you can advise them. Yes, you can assist them, but you can't carry them. You can't hold their hand. I mean, you can hold their hand. You just can't drag them. Okay? Big difference between holding somebody's hand and walking with them gracefully and you dragging them like, come on, let's get it together. You have to leave people where they are, Venus and Pisces. But these people are so selfish. When they're in love, they love you unconditionally. If you're not working out, if you're in a relationship with a Venus and Pisces, these are the kind of individuals that will go, you know what, me and him, me and her, we're not working out. We're not. And I want them to be happy. And I love them enough that I'm going to release them and let them be happy, even if it's around me. This is the higher level of Venus and Pisces, because Venus and Pisces is godly. They're connected to the Most High. They're connected to God. And these are the kind of people that will be by themselves until they find that spiritual connection with someone else. And these are the kind of people, having a Venus in Pisces, Venus in the 12th house, you have the potential to meet your twin flame. You do. Because twin flames vibrate at a higher frequency. Even from a young age, these individuals are different. They've gone through a lot. But even so, Venus and Pisces people, they'll buy you gifts. They're into art, music, meditation, chakras, crystals, tarot cards. Very intuitive, very connected to their dream state. They can often sometimes astral project as well. They can travel 100%. It's very possible. These people love animals. You probably see them in shelters looking after animals, having animals, cats especially, because cats vibrate at a higher frequency. And then also, these, Venus and Pisces are the individuals sometimes that will often be very aware of their health, vegans. Often they will indulge in things that will energetically weigh them down. So that often means them having a clean diet. But yeah, they're very in tune. In a way, when it comes to music and the arts, they remind me of Venus and Taurus people. Because Taurus people, they love art, they love music. But again, they're ruled by Venus, which rules that. Because Venus is beauty. I'm just trying to think. But yeah, very, very selfless individuals. And these people will help you discover a lot about yourselves. You will begin to take care of yourselves being around the Venus and Pisces, because they'll make you see things about yourself that you need to attend to. You will learn a huge spiritual lesson being around a Venus and Pisces individual. You may find yourself on a journey, on a path, like just transforming, realizing that you're not really bothered about the material world anymore. Because Pisces people, they don't care about money or any of that. They don't care. they do not care. All they care about is their soul and the greater good, like the world. There being peace, tranquility. That's all that they care about. And that's why the world is it's very harsh for them, because they don't want to get up and work and, be of service to people that don't care and don't value the world. People that are just greedy and hungry and selfish and poorly. That is not Venus in Pisces. However, I do want to do a 360 now. I do want to mention, if Venus in Pisces is in a bad way, I mean, in a very awful way, they can be quite manipulative. They can be they can be victims. They can be victims of life, victims of their own life. A very, I've been through this and I've gone through this, and just feeling sorry for themselves, because especially if they start to indulge in drugs and alcohol, they can be a different person. They can. A different person, a complete different person, someone that you can't recognize. Okay, and Venus in Pisces, they can give a facade sometimes. They can project an image of what is not them. They can put on a mask. Okay, so whilst they can be beautiful, remember Venus in the 12th house is exalted. So this is an extreme of everything. So whilst it can be beautiful, it very well can be ugly. They can end up in jail at times because this is the 12th house. But these people love to travel. They learn so much when they travel, Venus and Pisces. They really do. I'm just trying to think. I spoke about childhood. I spoke about young adolescents. But once they become aware and they practice self-love, these are different people. They can help so many people to transform and show themselves self-love. They can share their story and help other people, pour into themselves in regards to self-love. And through that, they then have healthy boundaries, because sometimes Pisces individuals, they have no boundaries. Even if they try to exert them, it's like people just overstep them all the time. Like, I've seen this happen so many times. It's like, I don't know what it is. They set healthy boundaries, and they appreciate and value themselves way more once they finally realize that just because you keep giving to someone, it doesn't mean they're going to turn around and love you. It doesn't mean that this person's going to turn around and change. It doesn't mean that this person is going to value you. But Venus and Pisces individuals, they change people's lives, and people that come across the higher octave, the higher vibration of the Venus and Pisces individual, they'll never forget them, because this person showed you love. This person showed you they cared, but like I said, this could go either way, because no one is perfect. And depending on how you've been brought up and where you've come from, your Venus and Pisces placement could play out differently. But in regards to the males, you will attract beautiful women, spiritual women, gurus, people that are on a spiritual path. But also on the flip side of that, you could attract needy, victimized women or individuals that just play games, that ghost you, neglect you, drain you of your energy, things like that. I'm going to leave that there though. But this is Venus and Pisces. Well, let me know your experience of the people that you've met with the Venus in Pisces. What your relationship was like with a Venus in Pisces. But yeah, very sweet people. But yeah, these individuals can be literal artistic people, hands down. Very good at poetry, writing, drawing, painting, music, even songwriting, singing. Very beautiful, dreamy, artistic individuals, beautiful souls, beautiful. And they have this beauty, this magnetism, like they're from another planet. It's just, it's crazy. But you feel comfortable with people that have Venus in Pisces. You feel like you can talk to them, like they're your personal therapist, like you really do. And these people, they need to have a creative endeavor, like a creative pursuit, because they feel so much that they need to get this out of their system. They need to express it. They need to release it. Otherwise, they can feel sad, and because they're not releasing, they're not allowing their emotions to flow, and listening to music can be very therapeutic for these individuals. They love music. They just move to it. They love dancing. It's like when they listen to music, they can feel it in their soul. Like they can feel it, like it just purges through. Like they get goosebumps, their hairs stand up, everything. It's a very beautiful feeling. You just feel it, and it's quite intimidating because with Venus and Pisces individuals, they can be listening to a song and it can be a sad song, and they could have just been happy, and they will feel the tones in each string, in each note, and then they will just start feeling it, that sadness. Like, wow, it's scary. It's actually this is why Pisces individuals in general, Venus and Pisces, listen, Pisces people in general, they have to be careful of what they put themselves around, because what they put themselves around, they become if they're not careful, because they're just going with the flow. And I mentioned earlier that they can be moody, and it's because being around a lot of people, it's emotionally and energetically draining for them. Often Pisces individuals have to go away and go into solitude and regroup and be that hermit and rebalance themselves out energetically, because they can feel drained from helping people, just being around people, being around noise and everything. It can be exceptionally overwhelming. Being around water can be very self-soothing and healing. Being around like a river, a lake, or just hearing water flow can be very transcending for Venus and Pisces. It can, but meditation is very important for these individuals, and a lot of downtime is needed as well, because often sometimes Venus and Pisces people can get into their head. Sometimes they can fantasize about all the things that they have gone through, all the wrong, hard doings, and they can relive it and re-traumatize themselves. So know when to release things and heal them, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Because I always do this. I'm like, okay, I'm done now. And then there's something else that I remember. I'm like, oh, I forgot. But I will most likely anyway will revisit this anyway, because I'm always learning and discovering things, and I like to share what I've learned along my journey. So yeah. But yeah, okay, I'll leave it there. All right, take care, guys.